My beloved soul, if this message has found its way to you today, know that it is no mere coincidence. The universe has orchestrated this moment with divine precision, and your guardian angels have whispered your name across the celestial realms, guiding you to receive these words that your spirit needs to hear. There is someone in your life, perhaps already walking beside you or about to enter your sacred space, who carries within their heart a desire so profound that it will forever alter the trajectory of your existence. This person wants to marry you. They yearn to bind their soul to yours in the most sacred of unions, yet there exists a cosmic truth that the universe wishes you to understand before you step across this threshold. This union, while born of genuine love and devotion, carries within it the potential to transform your fierce independence into something altogether different. Your free spirit, that magnificent essence that makes you who you are, may find itself challenged in ways you have never before experienced. You are loved, deeply and authentically. The connection between you and this person transcends the ordinary bonds of human affection. Perhaps you have already recognized each other as kindred spirits, or maybe you are already intertwined in a relationship that feels both familiar and eternal. The love that exists between you is not superficial or fleeting. It is the kind of love that poets write about and mystics speak of in hushed, reverent tones. It is real, it is profound, and it carries within it the seeds of both extraordinary joy and transformative challenge. But the universe, in its infinite wisdom, has sent messengers from the celestial realm to share a truth that you must carry in your heart as you navigate this sacred crossroads. This person who loves you so completely is supremely codependent by nature. Their love, while genuine and all-encompassing, has the power to eclipse the very independence that makes your spirit soar. They do not seek to harm you or diminish you. Rather, their love is so consuming that it naturally draws them to merge completely with your essence. Your soul is a masterpiece of balance and wholeness. You possess the golden heart of a sage, the brilliant mind of a philosopher who questions the mysteries of existence, the courageous heart of a warrior who faces life's battles with unwavering strength, and the ethereal spirit of a fairy who dances between worlds with grace and wonder. You are complete within yourself, a sovereign being who has learned to find peace and fulfillment in your own company. This completeness is not a flaw to be corrected, but a gift to be treasured. Codependency, in its purest form, is not inherently destructive. It springs from the human desire for deep connection, for love that knows no boundaries, for companionship that transcends the ordinary. This person offers you devotion that runs deeper than ocean currents, loyalty that stands firmer than ancient mountains, and affection that glows brighter than the stars themselves. In their eyes, you are not merely a partner, but a divine being worthy of worship and adoration. They would move heaven and earth for you, scale the highest peaks, cross the vastest deserts, and brave the stormiest seas to ensure your happiness and well-being. To them, you are a celestial rock star, a being of such magnificence that no act of service or sacrifice seems too great in your honor. They dream of providing you with everything your heart could desire, of wrapping you in luxury and comfort, of becoming the answer to every prayer you have ever whispered into the darkness. Their love is vast and uncompromising, a force of nature that seeks to envelop you completely. Yet the cosmos speaks with urgency now, reminding you that even the purest love can become toxic when boundaries dissolve and parameters cease to exist. Love without limits can become love without breath, beautiful in its intensity but suffocating in its completeness. The universe does not share this message to frighten you, but to empower you with the wisdom you need to navigate the sacred waters ahead. Let me speak this truth again, for it bears repeating. This person wants to marry you, but in doing so, they will inevitably alter your free, independent spirit. This is not necessarily a tragedy, but it is a transformation that requires your conscious awareness and deliberate choice. You have grown accustomed to the sweet solitude of independence, to the freedom of making choices without consultation, to the liberty of following your impulses wherever they may lead. This has been your chosen reality, the landscape of your soul's journey until this moment. But now, someone extraordinary has entered your orbit, someone who desires commitment so profound that it will require you to examine and potentially transform your most fundamental beliefs about love, freedom, and partnership. Please do not receive this message as a harbinger of doom or a reason to retreat into fear. Change is the universe's way of promoting growth, and growth is the soul's path to greater wisdom and deeper fulfillment. Marriage, in its truest form, is one of the most sacred ceremonies known to humanity. It is the divine binding of two souls into a unified whole, a reunion that echoes the cosmic dance of creation itself. It is pure, it is holy, and it represents one of the greatest acts of love that human beings can offer each other. Your ancient spirit, that timeless essence that has journeyed through countless lifetimes and experiences, will always remain free. No earthly bond can truly imprison a soul that knows its own divinity. Yet marriage asks for something beautiful and challenging, harmony where there once was solo melody, compromise where there once was singular decision, making, and healthy sacrifices where there once was complete autonomy. Your self-sovereignty is sacred and eternal. No person, no matter how loving or well-intentioned, can truly steal your essence or diminish your inherent worth. You will always belong to yourself first and foremost. However, the person who wishes to marry you will indeed claim a piece of your soul, will walk with you through the intricate tapestries of past, present, and future, will become so intertwined with your existence that your individual stories will merge into one epic tale of shared destiny. This soul merging is simultaneously magical and challenging. It is not always smooth sailing across peaceful waters, but rather a journey that includes storms and calm seas, turbulent passages and serene harbors. Issues of trust will arise like unexpected tempests, challenging both of you to examine the depth and authenticity of your commitment. Questions of fidelity may surface, not necessarily because either of you is untrustworthy, but because such profound intimacy naturally breeds both security and vulnerability. Insecurity will dance at the edges of your consciousness, whispering doubts that you must learn to address with compassion and wisdom. These challenges are not flaws in your connection, but rather mirrors reflecting the sincerity of your intentions and the depth of your commitment to each other. You will find yourselves in moments of intense questioning, seeking to uncover each other's deepest emotions and most hidden thoughts, not from a place of suspicion, but from a desire to know and be known completely. This excavation of souls is part of love's sacred work. You will want to reach the very root of each other's authenticity, to understand the source of your partner's words and actions, to feel confident in the sincerity that flows between you. This process requires patience, gentleness, and an unwavering commitment to truth and transparency. The love you share runs deeper than surface attraction or temporary infatuation. This person who stands ready to request your hand in marriage is indeed your kindred spirit, your soul mate in the truest sense of these often overused words. You have both walked the path of independence for what may feel like lifetimes. You have both embraced the identity of the lone wolf, finding strength and identity in your ability to navigate life's complexities without relying on others for completion or validation. Your youth was marked by trials that tested your resilience and tribulations that forged your character. Love, in particular, may have presented you with lessons that were difficult to bear, experiences that taught you to value self-reliance above all else. You have grown comfortable with the freedom to make spontaneous decisions, to change direction without explanation, to pursue your passions and interests without considering another's needs or preferences. Entering into the sacred covenant of marriage represents a complete paradigm shift, a new chapter in the book of your existence that will be written in an entirely different language. It is a calling toward devotion that transcends casual commitment, toward dedication that spans decades rather than moments, toward longevity that honors the sacred nature of the bond you are creating. Marriage asks you to give your mind, body, and soul to another human being, not in a way that diminishes you, but in a way that creates something entirely new and beautiful. This person desires exactly this level of surrender from you. They yearn for you to join them in the blissful realm of divine connection, where two souls become one while somehow remaining distinctly themselves. But this transformation requires a letting go that may feel both terrifying and exhilarating, a release of old patterns and embracing of new possibilities. The beauty of true monogamy lies not in the restriction of freedom, but in the creation of a love so profound and complete that no external validation or connection could possibly compare. It is a love that knows itself, trusts itself, and celebrates itself through the exclusive devotion of two hearts beating in harmony. Yet this beauty comes with the acknowledgement that both of you will experience a transformation of your fiercely independent spirits. This mutual transformation is not loss but evolution. As you give a piece of your independence to each other, you create something far more magnificent than either of you could achieve alone. The question that stands before you now is whether you can accept the profound truth that love can be shared on every conceivable level while still maintaining the boundaries that preserve your individual essence. Boundaries within love are not walls that separate, but rather the sacred spaces that allow love to flourish without becoming suffocating. Even within the most trusting and devoted partnership, spiritual protection and personal sovereignty must be maintained. If you can master the delicate art of balance, learning to secure your boundaries while opening your heart completely, you can embrace this new beginning as the fresh start your soul has been preparing for throughout all your previous experiences. You do not have to choose between love and independence, between intimacy and freedom. Many couples throughout history have discovered the secret of equilibrium, finding stability in their commitment while maintaining the faithfulness that honors both their bond and their individual growth. You can remain a free spirit with your own unique life, pursuing hobbies that bring you joy, maintaining friendships that nourish your soul, and following interests that keep your individual flame burning brightly, all while avoiding the negative cycles that trap so many relationships in patterns of toxicity and resentment. We all carry within us shadow aspects, darker elements of our personality that have the potential to create harm if left unexamined and unhealed. These are not flaws to be ashamed of, but rather human traits that we are meant to acknowledge, understand, and ultimately transcend through conscious effort and spiritual growth. Your guardian angels want you to know that they still sense resistance within your heart. They observe with compassionate eyes as you struggle to release the past, as you cling to familiar patterns that once served you, but may no longer be necessary for your continued growth. They see your desperate attempts to hold on to what was, even as what could be beckons you forward with promises of joy and fulfillment beyond your current imagination. The past, with all its lessons and experiences, has served its purpose in shaping you into the magnificent being you are today. But you are no longer the child who needed those particular defenses and survival strategies. The journey from youth to maturity naturally pushes us toward becoming the highest and most authentic versions of ourselves. Beliefs and perspectives that once felt absolutely true may no longer serve your current reality or your future dreams. There are very few genuine obstacles standing between you and this beautiful connection once you learn to trust completely and recognize the absolute sincerity of your partner's emotions and feelings toward you. Marriage stands before you like a doorway to a fresh cycle of existence, a new beginning that will birth an entirely different chapter in the story of your life. Nobility flows through your veins like ancient rivers, carrying with it the wisdom and strength necessary to keep any bond you choose true and unbreakable. Divine grace serves as your constant guide, whispering wisdom into your heart when the path seems unclear. The Great Spirit walks beside you as your most faithful friend, offering spiritual protection that surrounds both you and this sacred love with light and blessings. Fears will inevitably arise as you contemplate releasing your grip on the independence that has defined you for so long. This is natural and expected. The message you are receiving today is profoundly positive and deeply empowering, even though it may challenge you to grow in ways that feel uncomfortable at first. There are beautiful elements to this story that remain hidden from your current view, perspectives and intentions working behind the scenes that you have not yet discovered. This person genuinely wants to offer you their entire world, but you must first believe in your own worthiness to receive such a magnificent gift. Without this fundamental belief in your own value, you risk falling into toxic patterns of codependency, projection, and unconscious cruelty that would poison the very love you both treasure. Rest assured that there are no ill intentions hidden within this connection. It is constructed entirely of love, a perfect blend of assertive masculine energies that provide strength and protection, and gentle feminine energies that offer nurturing and intuitive wisdom. Deep, authentic friendship forms the foundation of this bond. There exists between you a respect that honors each other's inherent dignity, a mutual trust that has been earned through consistent actions and honest communication, and an understanding that transcends words and touches the realm of soul recognition. The proposition that this person will eventually present to you is not designed to limit your expansion or suppress your magnificent spirit. It is not intended to trap you in a cage of obligation or keep you stuck in a purgatory of unfulfilled dreams. Rather, it is a beautiful offer that has the potential to help both of you grow into versions of yourselves that you never knew were possible. This union will catalyze your self-development and accelerate your spiritual evolution in ways that solitary growth simply cannot achieve. Let me close this sacred message with a prayer that rises from the depths of my heart to the highest realms of divine consciousness. Lord of all creation, guide this beautiful soul as they navigate the significant path that stretches before them, for they stand at a crossroads that will determine the direction of their entire future. Protect their precious, free, and independent spirit as they carefully consider this life-changing proposition of marriage. Help them discern with perfect clarity the true intentions and authentic nature of the love that calls to their heart with such persistence and beauty. Grant them the wisdom that comes only from divine connection to set healthy boundaries that honor both their individual needs and their partnership's requirements. Help them find the delicate harmony that exists within this sacred divine connection, where two souls can become one without losing the unique gifts that each brings to the union. May they embrace the breathtaking beauty of profound love while remaining absolutely true to the core essence that makes them who they are. Guide them toward a perfect balance between cherished independence and devoted partnership, where neither is sacrificed, but both are transformed into something even more beautiful than they were alone. If this message resonates deeply within your soul, I invite you to speak these affirmations with intention and conviction. I embrace the magnificent beauty of love while staying completely true to my independent spirit. I trust my divine intuition to discern the absolute authenticity of this connection and to set boundaries that are both healthy and honoring. I am worthy of a loving and harmonious partnership that allows me to grow, evolve, and become the fullest expression of my truest self. Remember that this message may not need to resonate with your current reality. If you are receiving these words today, accept them as a sacred sign from the universe that this beautiful event may be approaching in your future. When that time arrives, you can return to this message and speak these affirmations with the full power of your awakened understanding. Take a moment now to allow all these words to settle into the depths of your spirit like seeds finding fertile soil. Remember always that you are loved beyond measure and protected by the infinite wisdom of the universe itself. Your journey continues to unfold with perfect divine timing, and every step you take is guided by forces of love that want only your highest good and greatest joy.